All right, well, we're back. We are back. We are so back. I so thank everybody for listening in on to all the music I had playing because I was in here trying to I didn't know what to talk about, what to say. Imagine that on me, always talking, not knowing what to talk about. But anyway, enough about that. I have an awesome guest here, and wow, and she is. hmm, Um, hmm, listen, I'm sorry. I'm like trying to figure out what's going on here, but Meredith, Meredith Hammond. I love that last name.
Thank you.
In relation to Fred Hammond?
No,
Sure.
I wish.
Okay. But we have you here. I have you here because you do some amazing stuff. Can I say for women?
Absolutely.
For women.
I,
Well, hey, she's a black beautiful woman, so but now let me go backwards before I go forwards. Is it just for women?
predominantly, I work with women. I will work with young women also. And sometimes, I have men come to me because they see things that I put out on different platforms and they'll ask to come work with me. And I usually don't turn them away, but my preference is to work with
Towards
women
women.
entrepreneurs, absolutely.
I know people are like, wait a minute, why does she go backwards to go forward? Um, what exactly is it that you do for us women?
Oh, wow. I'm so glad you asked. so I love seeing women step into their career. Right? I call it touching the hem of your destiny, especially those who are women entrepreneurs, as referred to them as fempreneurs. So there's so many fempreneurs here who are looking to start their businesses and struggling, really struggling to shift from a startup to a startup and a startup to I'm actually creating opportunities to get my customers, to build my platform, to build my brand. And so somewhere in those early stages, I recognized that years ago I was stuck. And then when I figured out how to get myself, I decided that I wanted to get unstuck. Yeah.
Well, we get some stuck in some, we get stuck in some situations. But, now, what is it so special about women versus? I know you said that you would help men, but walk with me.
Mhm.
I'm always hearing men say there's nothing for us. No one cares about us. Everything is for the ladies. When is somebody going to do something for the men? You know,
I have a best friend who says that. He's a guy. He's been my business buddy for years. He does his own thing, candles and this and that. He said every time you have a motivational event and empowerment event, it's always for women. When are you going to let somebody like me get in on that? And I always tell him one day, but right now, I don't care what you say. It's always going to be this struggle. I don't know. It may change the next lifetime, but it's always an extra struggle for women to get to the next level. My background is in engineering. I was the one who was the only person in her class at times who looked like me. And I was the only black female. I was the woman who went to work and was the only person sitting around a desk like this and the only female. So I have this thing where I'm like, I know what it feels like to be the only woman trying and looking around. You can't see someone else that you can relate to who has similar experiences that you have, who's willing to help you out. So yes, I have this thing to helping other women because I've been in that lonely walk before. I think men tend to have a lot of other role models that they can turn to if they need it. But we as women don't always have them readily role model. I mean, we see the Oprahs of the world and we see the other women, but we can't reach out and touch them. And for women, like I'll call them the everyday woman, because that's how I see myself, that's how I see my mother. The everyday woman wants to have someone that she can actually go, hey, and talk to her. and call her up. She can help me out.
Now, you know what? How do you get to the point where, you know what, I gotta help me, but then there's a need over there, but I don't want to help, but I have to help. If that makes any sense. Because there's times when, just want to, yeah,
Up here. And you just want to be like, okay, I see you. Not
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I can't today. It's funny. Um, I think when you're doing what you're built for, my cousin, I believe he made a point that phrase, just doing what you're built for. When you're doing what you're built for, what you're passionate about, you always find that extra juice inside of you, right? To just tap into, to give, because it's not a job any longer. It's just doing what gives you like that extra joy. So when a client can call me out of my sleep sometimes, and I get caught up. I may start off like groggy, but because I'm doing what I love,
Mm-hmm.
it actually kind of like,
It's rewarding.
yeah,
I have a
yeah.
hard time trying to get people to understand it. It is, it, I don't know if I'm not wording it right, or maybe it's just not their passion, but it really is bothersome at times, when you have that drive, that niche, and it's like, I want to do this, but they don't see it.
Yeah.
So it's like, here we go with that negativity. You sure you want to do this or that, or don't you want to? No, 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 won't you do it?
Exactly.
Exactly.
You go for it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm right where I am.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, but because I do have this opinion towards women, you're going to hear me say a lot of women, I think a lot of women get that when they're doing something and they're trying to push it forward. They're birthing their dreams, if you will, because women birth, we're birthing those dreams. And people are watching us on the sidelines, and they may see us in our struggles. They may see us when we haven't quite gotten there, and they sometimes mean us well. Even in their naysaying, they mean us well. Sometimes thinking they're looking out for us, but in reality, they really are championing, if you will, or attempting to our spirit. And sometimes I have to tell my clients, well, you know what, you may have to separate yourself from those individuals, even for a little while, because what you don't need is a bunch of negativity, as you just mentioned,
Right.
poured over your dreams. And I kind of have to be with that all the time.
So, all right. Now, how do you get these people? That's the thing. How do you get to? Now, wait a minute. Are you have like an office, some sort of a?
So twofold. So I do have an office in my home, right? But in the age of social media, internet, I would be remiss if I slept on the opportunity to coach people all around the world. There's just too many apps there. So between whether it's a phone call, whether it's getting on Zoom, various platforms, I will utilize them. If you're local to me, I live in Ewing, New Jersey, you can come to my home, to my home office. I've been known to go to Barnes and Nobles and meet up with clients, but a nice majority of them, I have clients far away as California, so that's a phone call conversation because we're not getting on that.
Oh, I really need to see you. How long is that playing
I
out?
don't know, but what I do know is we ain't taking it. They don't pay me that much. And if she wants to pay me for an in-house visit, I certainly will. But yeah, I find them all over.
Now, we laugh and joke, but what if somebody, would you hop a train if somebody really said, I need your services?
So if someone needed my service, okay, I'm going to give you an example. Not necessarily coaching, but as a speaking engagement. I do transformational speaking as well. So if someone wants to say, Coach, we want you to come to this event, we want you to speak, well, I will, but understand that part of the cost associated will take into account travel, right? I tell people, make sure you own your worth. Understand that. You just, I mean, yes, I call at times that have very good prices, right? But you can't give everything away, including the kitchen sink, and expect to live.
Right.
So if y'all want to hop that train or the plane, then we're gonna have to.
Now, what is, without giving out too much, what is a day or a class with you like? I reach out to you and say, I'm gonna throw out a whole bunch of things. And of course, you have to figure out what it is that, if I'm indecisive or if I'm decisive. But what is it that, walk me through a typical, I come in your office and,
So typically my clients are women entrepreneurs. Every so often I get someone who is not, who just may be trying to figure something out and not quite sure where they want to go. We're going to go with a typical client who's or who may be struggling to attract clients or not even quite sure for niche. So the first thing I do is I'm quiet. I need to listen. I need to hear you. I need for you to hear yourself. So the question I'll start off with, what brought you to me? Because there's a reason why you came to my door. So why do you feel as though you need a coach in your life at this very moment, in this very moment? And I let them reveal that. And as I'm listening to what I call the backstory of their life or their business, um, I always say that there's answers lying inside of us. We just sometimes don't want to, bring them up and out, right? They're there. And so as I'm listening to them, then I begin to ask questions. Based typically off of what I've heard, I always say, people think I'm working magic, but really what I'm doing is listening very well. That's not magic, they'll say. And so I listen and I hear you enough to be able to put that back into you and say, well, based off of this, how about that? And the aha moments start to happen. And I love strategizing and to show them quick, easy to follow, achievable solutions. One thing I detest is to go someplace and they tell you, I've got a solution for you. And by the time you're done, okay, so think of IKEA, right? Back in the day, I used to go to IKEA and it's all supposed to be simple, but then you get home and you're trying to put this thing together and you still left with like 20 pieces and you go, what just happened? It's not as easy as it seemed to be. I don't want to walk away from any moment with me and cannot do something immediate. So when they leave, there's something that they can implement in the moment. I want you to have a win immediately.
I, it sounds easy. It does. And I wish life was easy. Let me ask you this one. Have you ever had someone that you say, you know what, they're either not grasping it, they're a little too slow for me, or your patience is just that I can't deal with you anymore?
Because let me tell you something. Again, I think people listening to every person I work with is going to be a little different, right? It's like your children. They're they all have their own personalities, what makes them, click.
Right.
And so I'm already watching all of those things, listening in for all those things. I'm hearing the sighs and I'm hearing all that stuff in the conversation. And when I do, that's a trigger for me to stop and pause because I need to understand why you just made that sigh so that I can either restate it, revamp it, come from a different angle, so that eventually that individual can go, oh, I see. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to give you an example. Whatever needs to be done until you can say, I got it. I got it, Coach Jim. I see it now. Right? So if it means I got to hold your hand for, let's say the conversation is a 90-minute conversation, but I'm holding your hand for the first 50 minutes, I'd rather hold your hand for 50 minutes so that in the 60th minute, you can start crawling on your own than to try to make you crawl from the beginning and you're not ready. So no, I don't. I get people who have said to me, well, Coach Jim, I don't know. But by the time we finish that conversation, and sometimes they can understand, I'm not just working with most of my clients for one and done. Most of my clients are over a course of months.
Yeah.
So I really hate the one and dones. I do them But those are really for people who just need a quick tweak as far as I'm concerned.
Mhm.
I prefer to build a relationship and partner up with a client at least 3 months. So I'm there. They know they have that, I call them laser check-ins.
Right.
They can text me, email me for a 10-minute, something real quick, ask me a question until the next visit or conversation.
Now, you say 3 months.
Mhm.
Is there ever a time where somebody may need just a little bit longer? Are you willing to
Oh
go
yeah,
past?
we sometimes after that 3 months, I have 6 months programs also, but sometimes after the 3 months, we'll tackle on another month. And a lot of times at that point, because I have built a relationship with you, you've invested in yourself, you've invested in my services. At that point, for another month, I probably will not give you the full cost of it, and I will reduce the cost for an additional month as opposed to you paying a full price because you've already been my client for 3 months. And I truly do believe that 90 days is a nice round time
Mhm.
to be able to learn new habits, let go of old habits. They don't happen overnight.
Right. That old habit. How do you put it? Um, Old habits is something that I'm used to. I know. I'm comfortable with. That new stuff, I don't know what that is. I don't know what it looks like, what it feels like.
Scary.
Yeah, it's like my little cousin. I was saying, she had invited. Well, her mother can't make the game, and wanted a family member to fill in. And we're chatting. Yesterday was kind of interesting how she's telling me she's gonna be playing the children, the youth that she's going to be playing against are sixth graders, and she's scared. And I'm like, how do you tell somebody? Because I know it's like I'm scared. I'm grown, but I gotta slide something into her. And how do you slide something, from my perspective to hers to make her understand that it's okay. You don't need to be scared. You got this, but you know, it's that, like with the ones you have, trying to let go of that old to hold on to something new. And it's interesting because once we do it, we get that new, it's like,
For all that time, why?
why?
I mean, that could be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Although I focus on, growing your business, but it relates to life, and that's I believe this. Personal development
Mm-hmm.
goes hand in hand with your business. If you are not growing personally, then your business will suffer. And so mindset mastery is key to life. And what you hit on is important. You have to allow yourself to get uncomfortable with being comfortable.
Right.
Because if you don't, you'll never stretch yourself. And that's where the growth comes in the stretching. Growth comes in the pushing beyond the moment and saying, you know what, I'm gonna face it. What's the worst? This is what some clients. What's the worst that can happen? And what's the best that can happen? Right to your niece. What's
Right.
the worst that can happen when you go play against that sixth grade team? And you lose. But if you lose, are you gonna die?
No.
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 You might cry, but okay, you've cried before, right? Did did you drown in your tears? No. You got over it, right?
Right.
So the worst that can happen is your feelings are hurt, but you've gotten over it. You've experienced it before and you'll get over it. But what's the best that can happen?
You know what? Even in the worst, at least I can say I tried.
Exactly. And that's the whole
But
thing.
when your little kid does that, and you give you some ice cream, some fries, or some pizza, and you try to instill that. And, I found even me, like, I'm old. I found myself trying to encourage myself that I have no idea. I'm so comfortable in this chair. I am. With that chair, I don't want to sit in that chair.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to sit here, but I'm comfortable in this chair. So, but in order for me to graduate, that's the graduating chair. But I gotta let this one go to get there. But that means I gotta walk all the way around.
It's a journey, right?
And I don't know what's around
It's a
here.
journey.
Yeah, it is.
It's a journey.
But here's the thing. How do you get you? Because even at my even though I like what I do, there's times when I don't want to do it. How do you get the courage, or how do you tell yourself, I'm going to do this?
Every day. So I tell my clients all the time, y'all feed me and you don't even realize it. Every time I get on the phone, every time I do a go live, every time I go inside my tribe, they are giving me what I need. And it's my cup overflowing because they pour into me. Their cup overflowing because I pour into them. And it's this cycle. So they make me want to get out, right? And when you are connected to village, I don't care if that village is only 3 people, I don't care if it's only two, but when you have a synergy between you and some other people, you kind of, that connection makes you just want to keep going. And it's not to say I don't get tired, girl. It's not to say that some days I'm looking going, when is this one really hot, right? You know, no, I'm not going to lie, act like I'm like this super woman. No, I have days where I'm like, when am I going to get to the point where I can quit my 9 to 5? Yes, I do. But I don't give up because I know that what I do adds value to this world. As I used to say, what I do adds flavor to this world. I know it. Everybody brings something to the table. And when I keep that in my mind every day, when I'm ready to go and go, you know what, I just need a break. Uh, Somebody needs me. Somebody needs me.
So let me ask you this. There's somebody listening. They need the help. You know what? Matter of fact, let me go back before I go for it. What is it about you? What is it that you bring? All right, let me stop right. This morning, my fiance asked me what was my plans. Um, and he said, so I'm like, you know what? It was interesting that he started bringing up some of the stuff that I had already threw out on social media years prior. And I'm sitting up here like, wow, like you're literally co-signing stuff that I had talked into the atmosphere years ago. You're talking about. So I brought up, you know, he was like, you know, that there are other people who are doing radio, television, and all of this stuff. What is it about you that somebody is going to take heed to and not them? And I'm like, that's a good one. You know, I'm me. I've been here 2 years and I'm sitting up here like, I'm doing stuff that I never dreamed of. I'm doing it with a passion. Some are doing it for paycheck, for the light, whatever. So moving forward, what is it about you that somebody says, you know what, when I go to toggle through Yellow Pages, if we still have them, when I go through Google, you know, when I go through, why should I see you, stop at you, and what is it that you're bringing to the table?
What's different? Ask the question all the time. You're different. What makes you stand out as a unicorn? So, what it is when they see me and why so many people, first of all, I'm predominantly on Facebook. I get so much value. So that's the first thing. People can find more go lives with me in them, giving more value, tips, strategies, just pouring into it. And that in and of itself is the first thing people notice about what value do you bring. And then on top of that, I try my best to keep my prices low. And there's a reason why. Because every entrepreneur that may share certain aspects, and I can relate to them. I believe that when it comes to your client, it should be something that they can relate to. Mine is, what I know what it feels like to want to have a coach and not afford her. Okay? When I was trying to get coaches, everybody was $4,000, $5,000. And I had to learn on my own. And so I've struggled in that arena on my own until I learned it. And because of that, I refuse to have all my prices be prices. I refuse not to have opportunities that will allow women to have a coach, somebody in their back pocket, like Capital One, that can give them what they need at a budget price. You're not going to find too many coaches out there that's going to give you the information, work with you, and make sure that they're not taking all your money. And so that's one of the things that every time I talk to people, they're like, this must be more of a ministry for you because your prices are too low. I'm like, I'm not trying to make $1 million off of one person. I'm not trying to break your bank. I'm trying to grow your bank. And the way I can do that is to help set you up. But by doing it, only asking for so much from you. Because I know in time, if I get you in position and help you learn the basic things to grow, when you really need some of the bigger item things, you can afford it then.
Right.
A lot of people don't think that way. Like you said, it's for passion. A lot of people sometimes like, I'm hungry for money, so therefore, you want me, it's gonna be five, it's gonna be 2,000. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
You can come at me for 600. You can come at me for 200. Matter of fact, I put aside a little small group where you can come for $45 and see me for 3 months. So people like that, and also I always give more. So they say over, what is it? Under promise, over deliver, whatever it is.
Right.
But all my clients get on the phone with me. It's for a 30-minute chat. They usually stay on the phone for 45 minutes. I'm like, well, what's an extra 15 minutes? You know,
right. It brings this word of mouth. It brings, when you go, I get both sides. I'm only supposed to give you what you paid for. I get that part because I gotta feed my family.
Yeah.
I got bills. They don't care how they get paid. They just want to get paid.
Yes.
I get that part. But when you go above and beyond, I guess that's where that passion comes in. That person may or may not, but let's say on the good side, they will appreciate it to the point where they recommend you to somebody.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh my God, she is, or he is. I don't need to overcharge you because what's going to happen is you're going to start telling, or if you don't tell, it will show to where it's, oh, where'd you get, how'd you, well, so and so and so.
Absolutely.
Oh, man,
yes.
well, how do I get, and that's what I saw, that's that recycling that we don't do, that we do need to do. But how does somebody get in contact with
you? So on Facebook, it's Meredith Hammond. But if you want to find me, go to my site. The way is bit.ly/coach for him. And then you get there, you go to my site, everything offers my coaching program. And that's the easiest way to do that. A couple of giveaways for people. I think there's December 8th, Sunday, I'm doing $100. I'll be giveaway. I'm doing a 30-minute business strategy giveaway, and I'm doing a 1 week feature in my group banner. And if you follow me, if you go, you'll see the post because the $100, all three of us you can get in at $10 each.
Okay.
$10 each get into them. But if you want to get to all three, you could join, as I mentioned, Villa. The Villa is the 3 months, it's a quarterly program. Get in there, it's only max out 100 ladies, so I can have a look at with you guys. The women inside the Villa are awesome. They're entrepreneurs looking to do things. I say they're unapologetically ambitious and supportive. And so every week I come in there for 12 weeks. I do a session, whether it's on how to brand, how to curate content, how to do follow-ups, things that we struggle in our business.
Right.
And I go in there and Q&A, and all that's for 50 cents a day. If you think about it, it's $45. It comes down to a day. But if you join that before this Sunday, then you're automatically placed into those three giveaways. And hopefully your name is on. And if you want to, once again, you can either inbox me or go to bit.ly/coaching with the underscore.
Right.
And all that's over there. I didn't get a chance to tell you, son will kill me if I don't mention.
Man, shout out to the son.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Justin Hammond.
Justin Hammond.
I know we're wrapping it down, but I would be remiss if I did not mention for anybody who is looking to invest and grow their money, to double their money each month. This is what he does. I've been doing it. For X is something that our community needs to learn about, get involved with. The market is bigger than the stock market. It's a $5 trillion market. And my son is a mentor. He helps people to grow their business.
We need that. Well, he couldn't.
Right.
He would have, so
Yeah.
let's clear it up. He would have been here, but with the distance to traffic, but how about this one? He may not have made it today, but we can bring him on.
Absolutely.
We sure.
Oh, yes, he will love it. Yes.
You know what? Let me say this. I have a lot of ties with Wilmington, Delaware, especially those in the political aspect. Anyway, there was a gentleman that I know. I'm not going to name drop, and he was making an announcement to somebody else about me. She hosts the radio in Philly. So he put his hand on my shoulder and he asked me, "Have I ever interviewed any celebrities?" I'm like, "Aren't these such a people?" Like, so I thought about it because I had to be not in my feelings, and I said everybody that I interviewed is celebrity. So I'm when I have somebody that wants to come on the show, I treat you like I treat the other ones. It's like, oh my gosh, okay, because I need people to be on the show, and people need someplace to be exposed. So I'm more happy. I guess I'm only gonna speak for me. I assume I'm more happy than they are because it's like, oh my gosh. And they, when I advertise so is coming on, they're like, okay, who these people? Like I don't go in a elaborate bio synopsis of who they are, but to have somebody say, "Oh, I want to come on your show," is like, "Oh, okay, yes, okay, cool." Like send me a bio, send me a picture, because this is how I am on the other end when they're chatting. I'm like, send me the bio, send me. It was like, cool. I'm like, okay, and let me hurry up make this out because I gotta hurry up and do something real fast. And I may get caught up in the midst of doing some other stuff. But the general rule is always try to have my flyers out a couple of days before. But I've been slacking trying to get other stuff together. But I'm literally on the other end of the phone, like, that's so cool. I'm just, and I'm tagging, trying to find them, tagging, yeah, they come and show you, they come and show. This is how I am. Because in my world, you are a celebrity. I mean, everybody that does something positive, I don't want to exclude those who aren't, because there are some people who don't know how to, which is where you come in.
Right.
Because I want to do something positive, but take an initial step to do something positive.
Right.
To say to yourself, I don't want to keep doing this. I want that's positive. You're famous in my views. You're doing something that you may not be over, but you are who you are, and you over reaches these people. We need you here to reach those people.
Absolutely.
And you are doing the same exact thing. You just don't have that name. That's all. You are doing, and truth be told, you're probably doing something even more far better than her. I'm not taking nothing from her, but I'm not going to take anything from the other person either because you're just on different levels, but you're still doing something that we all need.
Okay.
So everyone I interview is freaking that's hilarious.
I love it.
So when people say, "Oh, I'm gonna come in," I'm like, "Child, I put it out there." My returning guests, like, no, because you are special. Like you're doing something that you could say when I ask you why, you could be like, "Well, I need the extra money," and we all do. But when it's from a passion, it's something different. So yeah. So your son gotta come.
Absolutely. Because he was like, oh, good luck, Mom. I'm so sorry I can't make
No,
it.
no. Leave me on. No. We'll
We try to
make it.
tell him.
Yeah, we'll make it happen. You will only pop in before the end of this year.
Oh, yeah, he'll be so excited.
I'm excited too. Like, okay, I know he's like, this is mom. No, I don't take medication. It's okay. Now, before we let you go, I need this. I need you to leave my audience with something positive they can rest their head on. Before you put that one out there, tell us how they can find you again.
So to find me, you can definitely on Facebook go to Meredith, Meredith, Hammond, Hammond. Friend me or inbox me. And on Instagram, I am the Fempreneur Strategist. And you can always go to my site at bit.ly/coach_M, the C and the N capital.
I got that. I hope so.
You got that? And something to rest your head on. You know, life can be overwhelming for everyone. And when it becomes overwhelming, it becomes too easy to make excuses. So instead of looking at the whole picture, break it down. Focus on what you can do in the moment and start where you are. I think too many of us try to do everything. And when we try to do everything, we get stuck and do nothing. But if you start where you are, that first thing, that's a win. I believe all wins.
Hey, she done took my word to leave out with some positive. Look at her adding ice and eggs cookies to the cake. That's all right. I'm gonna take some of them ice and I'm gonna eat some of that stuff because we all need something. I don't care who you are, but your son,
That's the name.
we will be talking to bring him on. He's a mentor. And we need some of those for our youth, black male, doing something positive. We always need some of that. So, mad shout out, cool love to Justin. And I'm hoping you're listening because we'll talk and bring you on, and then you can watch me geek and be like, oh my gosh, it's so but okay. But is there anything you wanted to say before we?
You know what? I appreciate you. Um, I always count the blessing to share a platform. You mentioned it, and I agree with you. It's funny when I was getting prepared and dressed today, I was saying to myself, when you can get on someone else's platform, it gives you the opportunity to kind of share your brand, to share your passion, and vice versa. And when you can help each other. So tonight I have a conversation with my tribe, and one of the things I'm going to be talking to them about is find people, be intentional and find people where both of you can bless each other, right? In business, there's always opportunities to be a blessing to each other. And like this platform that you have, you are always in a position to bless the person sitting on the opposite side. By
Yes.
opening the airwaves to us, you are literally being a blessing. And I think being a blessing, willing to bless. So
Well,
I appreciate you.
You know what? I don't think well, I'm not sure if I shared it or not, but I did share with you how I got on. You know, gentleman, in short, uh, and I were Facebook friends. And he hit me up and said, oh, I want to bring you on for an interview. Cool. Came on after the interview. He said, I like you. I wanted you to stay. And I'm sitting up here like, I don't know anything about radio. Don't know anything about it. But what happened was, I didn't know at that time that all three of us were literally going through hell. Not no minds. I didn't know that one by one, they were all going through some stuff. Now, the one that brought me on, he stopped coming. Well, what happened was he was going through some personal stuff, and I didn't want to keep coming on because we would joke about it. You know, oh, you know, he's in jail. Oh, he just got released from jail. You know, we were trying to find ways to uh, excuse his behavior, and then it was like, okay, it was too much because at some point we can't keep doing it, and I don't feel comfortable keeping mine. So reached out to the boss. We need to talk. He said we should have our own show. Cool. Moving forward, I didn't know that my other partner was. So he stopped coming. And what happened was I was being so consumed with all my stuff. This is all I This right here was I couldn't see me giving it up. This was when I say this is all I had. This was all I had. Like I would literally come here after the show, after when everyone left, and be here till the next morning texting, emailing, yo, yo, trying to build. I didn't even know what I was doing, how I was doing it, but I was doing it. Oh, yeah, I'm going to show. I was like, yes, I'll leave, go home. All right, let me get ready for work. And I would do the same thing over and would bring food and sit here and just be working because I didn't want to leave because it was like, okay. And it's like, this was all I had. My phone had got turned off and it's like I was pinging off the Wi Fi, literally hungry. This was my right here. This was it. My nonprofit is one mic, one voice.
Mm.
And it took me a minute to come up with a name because I needed it for something else. And then I was listening to Nas, and he said all I need is one mic.
Mm.
And I'm like, I took that and I ran with it. And that's all I need is one mic. Because when you have the mic, you're supposed to bless others. It's not supposed to be yours.
Right.
It's a torch to pass to give to others.
Mm.
And I love passing that torch to give to others. That's my passion right there. So when I tell you that y'all are a blessing when you come and say, "Oh, I want to be on your show," it's like, yo, I want that. Someone passed it to me, and I'm not supposed to hold on to it because it's not mine. So I thank you for wanting to come on, and I thank you that your son wanted to come on, and I think that he's going to come on, and we can spread whatever it is positive out there because there's somebody here. So I thank you so much for coming on and sharing at any time.
Oh, please.
But no, not before you sign.
No, okay.
We gotta have this out. I don't want people like, wait, my only twice my wife. No, let him go first and you go back on.
Okay.
But my door, when I say I have an open door, people always call it. I respect that because you never know. But I have an open door. If you want to come back on, I need to come back on. No problem. I'm not that. I'm not those other ones because I know what it's like when you want to get something out, and I love getting that out for the people. So anytime after your son, after your son, you just let me hear that one. We can talk.
Love it.
So
Oh, this is beautiful. I'm glad I pushed through that traffic, girl.
yeah, and I'm like, and I had charges. I'm like, text me because, but it's okay. But you're here.
Yeah.
You're here. You spread some awesome words out there, and I so appreciate it. And we're gonna bring the son on.
Yes.
You're gonna come on, and then we're gonna help the masses. And in the meantime, and all of it in between time, we gotta go.
Got it.
So I thank you.
Thank you. I'll take